the difference, man? Tapping back in, Judge Joe Brown reaction. See what Judge Joe got to say, man. Oh, God. Oh, God.
One of the dangers about Hollywood is for the last 120 years, since the turn of the 19th, 20th century, boys and girls all over the world have looked to Hollywood and the entertainment industry as models for appropriate behavior. Whether you're talking white, black, brown, red, yellow, the things they say, the way they dress, the way they walk, talk, and carry themselves and ideate has a great deal to do with the celebrities they watch. Now, what does Cardi B stand for, and what does that do for the young girls who will ideate on being just like her? Does that produce mothers? Does that produce young ladies who walk into a room and everybody says, hey man, watch your mouth, man, there are ladies present. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. And when they get to be grown, 40, 50 years old, and they walk in the room, is everybody gonna straighten up because that's somebody's mama? Is that a dignified lady who is acting appropriately, or is she
absolutely
cussing, acting more whorish and wild than anybody else in the room? See, it's what do you put up as role models, behavioral models for the young people?
That's fact, man. That's a great question that Judge Joe Brown is posing, man. Can't
lie. So why do we push that as an example? I mean, preachers used to preach from pulpits about how that's sinful and how that's not the way it's done. And they used to threaten fire and brimstone. Now they sit there and they bring those people to their churches and get all puffed up when that kind of somebody walks in front of the congregation.
That's because they're getting that government funding.
I don't know her personally, don't want to know her. But what she stands for is not good. Yeah, like what? And then see, the thing that gets me, in politics now, the blues, they want you to go vote because somebody like her is twerking, and that's supposed to inspire you to vote? What the devil is wrong with that picture?
Speak to him, Joe.
You know, I know some what used to be black female superstars. Hell, I used to date at least one. And they could be sexy, but they also were ladies. So what happened? What made the translation between being a sexy woman with dignity and refinement, class, and what's now held up is a modern counterpart? Looks like she just been out street walking.
Yeah.
And waiting on her pimp to pick her up and take her to the club.
Damn.
Think of the young girls that are ideating on this. They will be mothers. And what's that doing to future generations? They will be grandmothers, and what's that doing to future generations? And oh, by the way, once it's on the net, it doesn't go away. So, you know, understand in 10, 15 years, somebody's sons are gonna be embarrassed on the playground. Hey man, I saw your mama the other night. No man, for real, man. You know, check this video out, man. Man, that's your mama, man?
That's accurate.
Or that's your grandmama?
That's accurate, bro.
Think about it.
You just don't think about that.
What do ballerinas wear? Tutus, right? Ballerina is about as formal as it gets, right? When it comes to dancing. Ballerinas started off as a form of burlesque back in a time when one just didn't go too far, when the way ladies wore ankle-length gowns to go places. And here's somebody with a short tutu. You see, it evolves. You get Janet Jackson does a microsecond wardrobe malfunction with a huge piercing that is more covering than most bikini tops, and everybody has a fit. But then you get ugly looking Lizzo, the hippo, out in front of a Lakers game, bare behind.
Why you saying Lizzo the hippo? Hey, chill.
Twerking for several minutes in front of a whole lot of young adolescent boys and girls that are watching and ideate off of this.
Oh, bro, Lizzo kind of straight out of night.
And then Cardi B, what did she say about she used to drug her tricks? I mean, come on. I know we had one running for president, but is it supposed to be a good thing that a woman brags about the fact that she was a practicing prostitute and how she turned tricks? And you holding that up as ideation? That wouldn't have, they'd have thrown you out of the boardroom for even suggesting that kind of thing some years ago.
Notice be nice, how about speedway, 2 buzz balls and some
She's accurate, man.
All this growling at my teeth right.
They used to not do that. I mean, that was the way to get yourself ruined in Hollywood. They'd keep it secret. They spent a lot of money with their PR departments to make sure that somebody being a freak didn't get out to the public. It's what it is it's an attack on tradition. In other words, traditionally the following things evoke respect, desire, craving, lust, sometimes respect in the opposite sex. So what are you doing to break that paradigm up? These horrible men are objectifying female beauty. Yeah, well, if we didn't, humans would still look a lot like chimpanzees and gorillas or Australopithecine cavemen, so, we don't, because the boys like pretty girls and the girls like strong guys. So we advance. Sexual selection. And what are we doing when we put that out there? You get somebody who is an admitted street-walking prostitute who brags about how she plied that trade, and then you put her out there as a role model for young girls and something to aspire to for young boys, where they get the idea that
which is accurate,
buy
though.
this, you don't have to seduce it, you don't have to court it. And even if you did, it's likely to betray you, so you can't trust it. How many times do we get this incel bunch of freaks, the boy freaks who hate women because they can't find one because they don't know how? You see, it's an interesting thing. It fits in the big picture.
Accurate. It's accurate. It's a lot of niggas like that. It's a lot of niggas like that. All right, man. That's the vid. Judge Joe Brown had a lot to say right there, and I appreciate what he had to say. A lot of what he was saying was accurate too. I mean, the things that we promote, and not just Cardi B, because I know all the ladies gonna hop in my comments like, "Oh, you only worried about women? Y'all always only worried about women." I ain't even trying to hear that or argue with you right now. What I will say though is, as a culture, we promote the wrong things. For women, y'all role models is not what women is supposed to be. And that's what y'all need to stop promoting. We need to get back to what our morals should be. Strong core values. We should have some biblical values, to be honest. So, all in all, what I'm saying is, our culture is trash. The things that we promote, as far as the music we listen to, my daughter will not be listening to Cardi B. If she listens to that with her mama, then that's what her mama do on her time. All I can do is control what's on my end, and she won't be listening to that, and that won't be promoted. You know, none of black culture will be promoted to my kids in my household at all. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be proud that we black. We're gonna understand that we black. It ain't no Uncle Tom shit going on. I mean, you can tell, bro. Go watch my channel. You can see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I have a moral code, and I feel like it's my duty as a father to upstand that for my kids and to put them in the environment as far as what they see and what they hear and what goes into their spirit. Man, ain't gonna be nothing like what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing around here. So that's just food for thought, and that's how I see it, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think.